Hey guys, so this is pretty off the cuff. Didn't write a thing for it, but I needed to let you guys know about a very uh, magical, mystical, through the veil, angelic experience that has recently happened to me. Actually, twice, two things. I have them both on video within the past 2 weeks. I'm doing this video for the purpose of letting you guys know that you can have through the veil experiences without having to have what is known as a near-death experience. I've had many near-death experiences and have interviewed many who have had near-death experiences, but I've also had many spiritually transformative experiences in which in many cases I was probably not near death at all, unless I was and I don't know it. And then that would make a lot of sense. And most of which I've shared on this channel. I know a lot I haven't yet. I know I've recorded on it and I'm going to post. Um, and anyway, these two that just happened, I don't think I was anywhere near death. And I can't wait to share with you so that you know that you can see through the veil whenever you want. It's just a matter of paying attention. So, with all due respect, welcome to Soul Spa University, where your souls can run free and your minds are free to expand. Just a reminder, there is a donation link in the description box in case you get anything out of this at all. It just lifts my soul and spirit so much to know that someone, somewhere is listening. Also, I'm still available for a list of one-on-one services that range from death doulaing to if you've lost someone to the other side, quote unquote, I help you start a whole new beginning of a new relationship with them. If you're interested in angel communication, or if you're interested in becoming your own medium, I don't like the word medium, but so that you can do it yourself, I am here for you. I'm also a law of attraction, law of assumption, manifestation coach for the past 18 years, as well as now I am also a Course in Miracles therapist. And I also do a lot of other things intuitively, as well as help you heal physical ailments and other things in your life during a session. If you need me or would like to be on my show for any reason or want me on your show for any reason, feel free to contact me. I have my email down below, but the best way to find me is Instagram messaging me because I'm more likely to see that than my email. I just had to delete 40,000 emails where, I had to get metaphysical space that apparently got lost to metaphysical emails. I don't know how this world works anymore. I really don't. Anyway, let's delve into these experiences. Okay. So after the recording of Soul Bar and some other amazing recordings I did that night that I have yet to share, I started recording, and literally in the very beginning of my recording, now you'll notice in some of my recordings, there'll be little lights that happen that you would think are dust, but the way they move and the way they shine and the way they come in and out, I know from experience, they're not dust. Those to me are angels. Okay, so this is going to sound insane, but I have a recording. I have to show you. This is not one of those little spark angels. This light being became more apparent in this recording, and I'm going to try to show you right here, right now. Now you guys have to pay close attention because it's in the very beginning of this video, and I wish I knew tech because then you'll be able to slow it down and really see. And one day maybe I could do that to show you, but it's in the very beginning of the video. It'll go from up here and then go like out there. Okay, watch very carefully. Ready? And this is just starting. Oh God, there's so many. I'm gonna show you again. Hang on a second. Let's see. I just didn't want all that clutter in the way. Okay, watch. It looks like a little spark, but it's so much more than that because trust me, I wouldn't be doing this video for a spark. Also, I'm going to tell you another crazy experience that happened a week later. Okay, watch. I know you feel like you didn't see anything, right? Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time. Excuse my Easter French that I did myself. Still working through the kinks of that. I pretty much made a Donald Trump of my middle nail, so that's weird. I don't know how that could even happen, but yeah, it happened. All right, ready? One more time, and then I'm moving on to the next story. But watch it come. I have to post without it being on my phone because on a big screen, if you pause it, you will see it is like a light being of an IUD flying by. It is not a spark. Oh, I have pictures of the next thing to show you that happened to me. So if you guys know, if you guys are on my Instagram, which you should be, Soul Spy University, I actually made a video of this experience. So that same night that the late IUD being happened, right? Um, you'll see I recorded something called Soul Bar that night with a few other women. And if you watch it, you'll see towards the end that one of my friends, who's a really talented tarot reader and psychologist and really up there in the field, mentioned her view on ghosts. Now, normally I don't cover that in this channel. We only deal with the light. But if someone's on a interview with me or a soul bar meeting, I like to let people speak, whatever comes up. So anyway, that's not my view personally on ghosts. But what happened was she happened to say that they're trapped souls that don't know how to get to the other side. So what's interesting is that I never had a fear of death, never had a fear of death. And all of a sudden now I do because I didn't know there was a way to get that wrong unless we do it on purpose. So always stay here on purpose. When it's your time, it's your time. But and trust me, if you knew how much we're waiting to get to this Vegas of a world, you once you get to the other side, you'll want to come back because you'll realize, oh, I came for these reasons that you can't see now. But trust me, we're only here for a second and then we're all in the eternal party. So trust me, you'll be there soon, but let God take you or whatever you want, divine, So anyway, so anyway, so I thought dying was the one thing we all can't get wrong. I thought that was the one thing for sure we can't get wrong. And every time I think there's something you can't get wrong or you can't overdo or something, life will show me otherwise. I used to think you can't eat too much lettuce or green beans or too much B12. I can do videos on both those. Also, I thought, all right, no matter what, you can't drink too much water. I found a way. I found a way to drink too much water. Yeah, that's a whole other video. But that's what I'm saying. I thought when it comes time that's for that to happen, it's a foolproof plan. Someone comes down and gets you whatever, right? Now, apparently there's a chance, according to that recording, but I'm going to show you the miracle in a second, that you can get that wrong. And I'm like, first of all, I don't want my audience to think this, but second of all, I'm worry birding all week because I'm like, if there's a chance, count on me. I can't even find the store half the time. Okay. So now I got to get that right. Great. Thought there was the one thing I could like check when it happens and made it. Can't they send someone? If I make it to the other side, I'd like to be that person that brings people when the time comes. I think that'd be a fun job, but whatever. Aside from the point, well, I was wondering about that all week. I had to worry about it. And I asked a lot of metaphysical teachers that week. I'm involved with a lot of things, and I just had to ask, and everybody had a different answer that I could take from, but really nobody had a straight answer. Don't worry, I'm going to calm your fears about it in a second if you have any. I got this. Don't worry, the miracle's about to happen. So then I also had a lot of other things happening in me about I really want to move somewhere. And I've been wanting this for like 18 months or more. And oh my God, is it going to happen? All these things, all these things, all these things. And I had all these questions in my head. Like I'd say like 5 different ones predominantly that week. But for the first time ever, that one about the other side, which I'm pretty I'm pretty like clear on until that. So a week later, I'm having lunch, and a all of a sudden, I face this window when I'm having lunch. Well, all of a sudden, what pops up from the windowsill is a little head, little dove head. And I was like, oh, hello. And yeah, we're interacting for a while, and then I'm like, should I start the tape view? And then it kind of went and hid or whatever. Eventually, I thought it was gone. I'm listening to something on YouTube. I thought it was gone. I see a tail. I'm like, oh, not gone. Okay. Eventually, when I thought it was really gone, I realized, no, it's not. If I tape upwards, because if I stand up, the poor thing is going to get scared. But if I really find a way, I'll see the little guy. Hmm. Then eventually, I thought it's got to be gone. And I was listening to this thing on YouTube, and all of a sudden, I see the silhouette of a dove cascade in because the shade's down because the sun is shining right through. So it cascades into where that dove was. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's back. Now at this point, 20 minutes passed by of dove stuff. Like we're just doving it up now. Like these doves never left. Every time I thought it left, it was gone. Well, eventually I come to realize there's a second. And literally live on video as I'm taping, I was like, there's three. There's three doves. There's been three doves this whole time on my specific windowsill. And they stayed there for quite a while until eventually I stood up to tape them. I mean, I was taping the whole time. And then here, I'll show you guys pictures. But and I can't show you all the video because you're gonna get bored. There's like minutes of it. But here you go. Here's one picture. You can see all three doves. Oh, they're moving here, so you can see them moving. But basically, I know they look like pigeons. Trust me, they're doves because I speak to them every morning when I walk Muffin. And eventually, when I went up to like tape them, they eventually flew away. But this is what they were just chilling with me on my one windowsill for quite a while there. If you look at the camera, I've been showing you this for a while. This isn't the only video I have of them, by the way. There were many more minutes prior. And basically, I looked up the spiritual meaning of doves. I was kind of mind blown. The spiritual meaning answered all five of my questions that I had all week. Like it was like one after the next. And I made a video of this in case anybody else was encountering doves because I feel like they're sent by angels. And I know this is angelic because in typical angel format, they are answering a multitude of questions at once. So basically, in like four different slides, I saw that an ease to my worries about the moving, like chill, it's all going to happen, like because it was all like the messages were about new beginnings, leaving the past behind. I've also been processing things. I'm an EMDR, and every therapist needs a therapist, and I wish I had a me to work with. Is really so if anyone wants to work with me, I'm good. But basically, like a lot. Like they were addressing everything in each message that I had to look up what's the spiritual meaning of doves. And in so many different ways, they said, chill out. I got a lot of messages that were very personal, so I'm not going to share them here. But trust me, when you get messages, you will know what it means for you, and you will know that you are being contacted through the veil. And the part that really got me, because I'm like, oh, maybe this is general, maybe this could be applied to anyone, even though anyone else would have been like, are you kidding? This is literally about your stuff, right? Well, the last slide, okay, it was pretty much all my questions. Well, look at the last slide. And all the stuff about new beginnings that they were saying in the background each slide had specific trees that pretty much all exist in the place I want to move to. And I've seen different places with these trees, but I don't know if a place has all these trees except for the place I want to move to, all these specific types of rare trees. So it's like, again, they answer not just in words, in so many other ways. And then the last slide. So not only is it like a multitude of ways of answering things. The last slide is, in some cultures, doves are even seen as a sign of protection, as they are believed to guide lost souls on their journey to the afterlife. I made a video of this with the best song on my Instagram, so check it out. Soul Spa University, Soul underline Spa, it's underline University. And as soon as I saw this slide, I then burst crying. I had my angel cry, which is tears of joy, because I knew, like, I got to go soon because I'm about to get interrupted, but I knew, like, all the other ones, I'm like, maybe it's general, maybe, even though anyone else would be like, and look at this ray of light right here. I mean, you think it's normal life, but it's also synchronistic. Um, I knew, like if anyone else was near me, they'd be like, "Are you kidding? This is specifically towards you." I'm like, I don't know. You always think, what if it's just coincidence that there's three doves on here and they're saying this in the spiritual message. Then all of a sudden, that last slide literally addressed specifically my question and fear that is brand new to me from Friday, the previous Friday. That's pretty specific. That's really specific about, like, it was the first time in my life I'm ever scared, like, had a fear of death, you know? And the first time in my life I had any question about how to get to the other side. And what if I'm a lost soul? And then literally this last slide says, you are protected, uh, as they believe to guide lost souls on their journey to the afterlife. Like, are you kidding? I burst out in tears at that moment. Angel tears. I knew this is contact, but this is contact. Like, this was them. The story gets deeper. I then had this feeling to send it to someone I had met the day prior, and she's very special. Her name is Christine. She happens to be a psychic. And I told her, we're friends, because if you ever need me, I can help you, you know? And you never have to worry about how you look in front of me or anything like that. So we can do that. Well, she had seen a psychic, just like every therapist needs a therapist, everybody needs somebody, right? So she happened to see a psychic the month before that told her, you will see doves. And what's interesting is I had no idea about that. Okay. I had no idea about that. And hang on a second, she gotta put this here. And I just felt like I gotta text her these doves. I gotta tell her what's going on. And I said, I don't know, maybe this is for you too, you know? And she's like, you're a messenger as well, which I've been told by many psychics once they touch my hand and I actually don't focus on them anymore. They're like, oh, and I'm like, what? And they're like, you're one of us. And I'm like, I don't know why, but I was always like, okay, anyway, because I never thought it's enough to do anything with. Um, but it's interesting. I know they made sure to let me know. I feel like out of love, but also out of love for the people I'm supposed to help. Because, and here's the synchronicity right here, because one of the reasons I'm here, still alive, is to spread light of the other side to people, to let them know why they're here, why it's so important they're here, and that their experience is temporary. They chose it for a very good reason, and to connect them as much as they can to the other side, because really, really, I feel the next chapter in life is merging heaven and earth. I know that sounds crazy, but I got that once, and apparently everything else I got isn't a course of miracles. So, but I later find out. So and everything I get is apparently legit. And anytime I think it's my imagination, something proves otherwise. So I love you all so much. I would stay on here forever with you, but I'm about to be severely interrupted by my roommate. And I just couldn't not share that with you because I want you to know that you're listening to this video for a reason. I believe that, hang on a minute. Yeah, you're listening to this video for a reason. You also have something deep in you, whether you're aware or conscious of it or not, to want to know of the other side, um, just to see the truth, just to see the truth of why we're here and maybe step out of the illusion of why we're here. Because really, all that's real is love and light, which sounds crazy, I know, but you need to be reminded of that today. And the sooner you put your own antenna up and above the water that we're all in, the sooner you will see the truth as well. All you have to do is be a little willing, a little receptive, go in and go up and ask God, show me the truth, and it is shown. Um, and there's so much more help that I'm going to put out about this. And if anyone wants any more immediate help, be sure to contact me at Soul Spa University on Instagram. And I want to put out so much more about this, but like I said, I have to run right now. But oceans of love to all of you. I can't express how much gratitude I have for each and every one of you subscribing. You mean the world to me. Um, you're probably the reason I'm still here because why else? And yeah, I'm just here to help people. So that's why I'm so grateful for all of you listening. And if you're still watching at this point, I'm really grateful. And I love you so much. And just know that I know I'm going to lose people in this. So I don't mean it anyway. And if you don't believe this, I have still so much love and respect for you. But I want to say God loves you. God loves you so much. Everyone you've ever met and been with, we're all one. And the true essence of them all love you very much. Technically, no one is separate. Nobody ever breaks up. Nobody ever dies. So, well, as Donald Hoffman scientifically proved, this is all an illusion. He's the cognitive psychologist that won a Nobel Peace Prize last year for discovering that time and space are not fundamental to the fabric of reality and that we don't see 99.9% of our reality. So, as crazy as it may seem, everything I say in these videos, I don't know, maybe it's just the few of us that want to see beyond the 0.00001 little pin that we're seeing percent. And to me, that's not crazy. To me, that's why we're here as humans. You know, some like to explore and discover via technology or in any ways they want to do it, and some want to go this way. And I think we're all great and blossoming like the giant, amazing flower that we are, each of us assorted nuts. All right. I love you all so very much. I have to run. I hope you got something out of this today. If so, please give a like so I can survive. A share would help this channel survive so much. Subscribing would be amazing so you don't miss the next Through the Veil moment or interview. Please check out all the playlists of interviews, NDE interviews, among many other things I'm going to be putting out. And I love you all so very much. There's a donation link in the description box in case anyone anywhere is listening. And I give you so much love, joy, and peace until the next time I see you. Namaste.